spring vacation, or spring break as we call it in short terms, is always a lot of fun. It's a time when the grands come and we just find special things to do. And over the years, we have certainly done quite a few things. And so I'm going to take you on our spring break. So some things you'll see will be this year's spring break and some of the preparations that have gone into getting ready for them. Some of them will be activities that we've actually participated in. And of course, we're going to begin with a little bit of nostalgia of just thinking about the fact that years are passing very quickly and our grands are getting much older. So you'll get to see an early spring break as well as today's spring break. Yeah. The grands are coming and I needed to do a little grocery shop. So I had to pick up some things for them and, there's just certain things they like. And I thought, well, might as well turn on and let you be right here and see what we're doing. Now, instead of our usual Saturday morning in the kitchen, today is actually Thursday. And we have to do a little cooking so that we can get things prepped for their arrival. So that's what we're going to do today. And we're going to film it. And you'll get to see all the goodies that we have. So just stay right there and let's do this together. Well, I think I can take the glasses off for today. It is 81 today, and I'm so excited. I love when it's nice and warm and toasty. And for some of you, you're used to seeing that kind of weather all the time, but not so much for me. Now, when the grands are here, we go through a lot of paper plates because, let's face it, I just can't keep up with the dishes. Well, I could, but I don't want to. So we're pulling out the paper plates, so let's get those put away. Now you can see that this is not the regular kitchen, but you know what? We are here and we're ready to work. I have 4.5 pounds of ground beef and we're going to be making taco bowls tonight. And that's going to be delicious. I also picked up some Jimmy Dean sausage because my plan is to do breakfast every day. And I think we'll do breakfast every day and then have dinner out. So I've got a lot of breakfast preps, a lot of snacks. I've got packages of bacon, got nice large packages of bacon ready to go. I'll put those in there, sausage in there, designated for breakfast. Okay, I'm also going to need to grate up some cheese for tonight's taco bowls. And the kiddos love fruit, so I picked up some grapes. I've got red grapes, and somewhere here they are the green grapes. So grapes are necessary. Actually, I'd rather give them fruit than to give them junk food. But to be honest with you, the big guy was shopping with me, so you know what? They got the junk food and the fruit because he picked up the junk food for them. Speaking of junk food, we've got Oreos, we've got chocolate Oreos, which I like, as well as the grands. And we also have lemon Oreos. So we've got plenty of cookies to get us started. Now the kids are here because it's spring vacation. And I don't know when your spring vacation is in your particular area, because I find that they're at different times. I picked up some sandwich bread, and this is just in case they decide they want to make sandwiches. And then I also picked up some sandwich fixings so that we really could have lunch here as well. Now, you know, the big guy likes his pickles, and I picked up some taco sauce, or some thick and chunky salsa for tonight's taco bowls. So those are going to go there. Let's see, what's in here? Oh, my grandson loves making Kool-Aid. And, you know, my kids were raised on Kool-Aid. And I'm not sure that the moms today do much with Kool-Aid, but you know what? We've got plenty of Kool-Aid, and I'm going to put it right here so that it's easy access. We've got Kool-Aid, we've got some lemonade mix, so there's plenty of things for drinks. I also picked up lots of eggs, and because we all eat eggs for breakfast, and I may need a little bit, you know, I had actually thought about making biscuits and cinnamon rolls and all those good things. But you know what? I would have enjoyed doing it. However, I would have been exhausted. And I'd rather have the energy to rip and run with them, because they like to go, than to spend all the energy cooking when I can pick it up. So for this weekend, I'm picking it up. So we've got eggs. Now, tonight, in addition to the taco bowls, we've got fixings for salad. We're all salad eaters. And, you know, salads are so good for you. I picked up some ranch dressing because that's their favorite, as well as the big guy's favorite. The baby girl likes milk. I didn't pick up a large one because they're only going to be here about 3 days, so I didn't need a large milk. But she loves her milk, and it's good for her. All right. The big guy loves tomato juice, which if you've been with the channel for any time, you know that to be true. I also picked up some additional mayo just in case we need that. And here's one of the big guy's packages. He thought we needed more chips. So we got chips. And I know there's some more junk food. Oh, here it is. I picked up the wrong bag. So we have chips and we have Twizzlers. Kids love Twizzlers. All right, so we've got Twizzlers there. I'm going to put the chips in here. They can always come and get them. Now, we have lots of plans for the next few days. And if the weather cooperates, we'll get to do everything we have planned. We're planning to go to the beach. We're planning to do a little outlet shopping. There's the sugar for the Kool-Aid. And so we're just going to have a kicked back, easy going weekend. And of course we need a sour cream for our tacos. Good. Let's see, what else did we have? I had a long list. Oh, these are all of our sandwich fixings. And I'm going to need to leave out something for the big guy because he needs lunch. And the kids don't eat ham. They like turkey. So I've got their turkey and their favorite cheese. I'll get his sandwich going in just a bit. I also picked up some, they call it flavored sparkling water. And my daughter and I like to throw that in our bottles. We're able to get our water, as well as what we do is put half of that and half regular water. And we think we've really arrived and we have a great drink. And it is good. Now, I also picked up some chicken breast because I was thinking I'll probably make some chicken salad along the way. And I just thought about that. You know what I did not get? I don't care, the best planned list that you can have. You're always going to forget something. You know what I forgot? The olives for the chicken salad. But that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and cook the chicken. Somebody else can go out and get the olives. So I'm going to sit that over here because we're going to work on that. Whew. Now, because this isn't my regular kitchen, there are things that I needed to pick up. I needed butter. I picked up rice for tonight's rice bowls. I even needed salt. And you know, I always have, I usually order salt through Amazon and get a mega size, and that way I have it. But I didn't have that with me and wasn't going to travel with it. Okay, now I've got spring onions. I've got some chopped lettuce. This is actually shredded iceberg lettuce. I've got some cucumbers. We'll get those cut up and ready for the salad, as well as some tomatoes. Woo! I won't tell you how much this grocery haul was. Well, maybe I should. This was about $250, and but you figure $250 for 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7 people. That's probably not bad. So we're going to get quite a few meals, and I'm going to put these in the fridge because we're not quite ready to start working on this at this point. Now, I didn't buy any celery because we already had celery. I picked up the spring mix because that's going to cut back on time for me in preparing the salad. So, we are just about there. All right, got cheese. I'll take care of that later. I'm going to put the pickles in there and the salsa in there because we like ours cold. Rice. So I'm going to do some things that I'm going to pre-cook, and then I'll be able to relax when everybody arrives, because we came first so we could get a few things done. Okay. All right, sugar here, rice, got the drinks. Uh-oh, something's leaking. The sugar has a hole in it, so I'm going to need to get that sugar into a container quickly. I have a jar. These are my 2-quart jars. I'm going to pour that sugar into this jar so that it won't make too much of a mess. And it'll be pretty easy for my grandson to get in and out when he's making his Kool-Aid. I'll probably do the first one, and then he and his sister will keep it going so that we always have Kool-Aid made. Now, my secret with Kool-Aid is that I only put in half the sugar, and I add additional water. So it's Kool-Aid, but it's a little light. Okay, I probably have just enough left in there to make tonight's Kool-Aid. All right, tons and tons of bags. Now, while I clean up all of these bags, I'm not going to put you through that, so stay right there. Hello, I'm Leona Dooley, and this is Ebony, Ivy, and Thyme. And here in the kitchen, we are always preparing delicious meals, putting together something beautiful for the kitchen, or just having some fun chit-chat at lunchtime or dinner time or breakfast or whenever the family is able to get together. Now, I hope that if you are not a part of this family, that you will hit that little subscribe button down at the bottom, and you will also tap that notification bell so that you will know every time I upload. And today in the kitchen, we're going to be putting together some things that are going to be delicious, but very kid-friendly. So if you like those kind of things, stay right there. Now, as always, the first thing I try to do is to put together some hot, soapy water, because that helps to keep things clean as we're working. So I'm working on that. And just wiping the counters down from where we came in with the groceries, and cleaning, giving things a little wipe up, because you know, when you're bringing in bags from the grocery, you want to make sure that you've done that. Okay, so I'm going to continue wiping and getting things prepped, but like I said, we're going to be putting together some taco bowls for dinner. And here's the big guy stuff. Here's the rice. We're going to need to cook rice in a bit. But let's get things going right here in our kitchen. I'm going to start by working on the hamburger. I'm going to get it into the skillet. So I'm going to get our skillet hot. I'm going to add in just a little bit of oil. This is sunflower oil. Just a little. And then I'm going to add, this is 4.5 pounds of hamburger. Now you're thinking, oh my goodness, 4.5 pounds. But you know what? The kids will eat this up over the next couple of days. They'll have dinner tonight. They'll have it, some of them will eat it for lunch tomorrow instead of sandwiches, because that's what they like to do. And they know I don't mind that, as long as they're eating good food. So I'm just going to break the hamburger up, put it into this cast iron skillet. Turn the light on. There we go. I think we need a little heat, so I'm going to turn that up so we can get started. And then I'm just going to let it cook low and slow and just let it work its way. I'll add in some seasoning, because we can't put any onions that they can see in this mixture. So I'm going to have to use onion powder, which they won't recognize. So that's a good thing. They just know it tastes good. And so I'm putting all the 4.5 pounds of hamburger into this skillet. I'm going to let that get started. And then this is going to get tied up in that bag. Good place to store. Keeps your trash can pretty clean. You can put those kinds of things into plastic. Now over here at the other pan, you might not be able to, you can see the corner of it right here, but we're going to add the chicken breast in that pot. Now, you all know me. If we're going to have some chicken breast, we've got to prepare a little chicken broth. So there will be some water. I'm going to add a little water in there as well. And let's see, that's our back side. So I'm going to put that up. I'm going to add a little bit of sunflower oil to this as well. And I'm going to cook these chicken breasts, let them cool off, and then we'll use them later as chicken salad. This pack was almost $8. Not even $1 per breast. Take these out, put them in. I'm going to let them start dry with no water. And I'm putting them down as if they had skin, but they don't. I got them without the skin and without the bone, so I didn't have to worry about that. Okay, now I need to go wash my hands, and I'll be right back. Can you hear the sizzle? That's the ground beef. I have my chopper that I use to chop up the meat. I'm just going in and giving everything a little turn. Get it in the surface, against the surface of the skillet. And we'll just continue letting that cook and break up. Now, all right, over here, we're going to start to add some seasoning. Now I'm using a teaspoon here, and I'm going to leave the salt last. But the first thing I'm going to do is to add some garlic powder, and I'm thinking the taco meat is ready. The chicken is bubbling away. I fixed about 6 cups of rice, and it is ready. So dinner is pretty well underway. It's time for day 2, and I'm in the process of trying to get the grands up and moving, get them out of the bed, the works, the things that we do all the time. So we're going to prepare breakfast and then try to figure out what we're going to do for today. While the smell of breakfast is wafting through the house, everyone is getting dressed and showered and all those good things, because that's a part of the morning for spring break. So I'm preparing breakfast for about 7 people, and just enjoying it. These are the memories that we want to be able to hold on to. And each spring vacation is more fun than the next. So I'm just kind of whipping these eggs and thinking about some of the things we've done in the past. This particular year, we aren't going to be able to go to the beach because it's a little chilly. We started off one day with 81 degrees, and today it has dropped down into the 50s, and the ocean water is extremely cold. So we're not going into the water. So we're going to have to figure out something else to do. Now, shopping has to be a part of the list. So we'll probably go shopping. I usually try to prepare breakfast, prepare lunch, and then go out at night for dinner. So we're also needing to think about where we want to go so we can make reservations. But spring break is always a good time. Lots of giggles, lots of playtime, and you're going to get to see little clips of all of it. What's the name of this restaurant?
Huh?
What's the name of it?
Name of what?
The restaurant.
Bonfire.
Oh, Bonfire. What's the name of the restaurant?
Bonfire.
Bonfire.
And today we are going to learn about being here, and well,
Be still.
let's see what the restaurant, well, not the restaurant, what the weather is today.
Okay. Dinner was absolutely amazing. Talking about a great smoky barbecue, this was the place. I usually save the making of my cucumber dip to the first day of summer. But you know what? It's spring break, and the kids love cucumber dip as well as the big guy. So there must be cucumber dip made today. Now, we're going to start with 1 cucumber, and then we're going to cut it up, add some onions, and I'm using about 1/4 of an onion for the time being because I'm not quite sure as to how strong the onion is, and that's something you do have to be cautious with because cucumbers have a somewhat delicate flavor. Now I left my cream cheese out overnight so it would be nice and soft. So I've got 1 block of cream cheese in, and I'm going to add a second. I may even add the 3rd one, but we'll see how much this puts together. I'm using my oyster food processor, because it's going to bring this dip together in a matter of minutes. So we're putting those 2 in. I'm just going to scrape up whatever was left on the wrapper so that we can make sure that we get everything in there. And you know, why buy a dip when you can make your own and make it so quickly? So we've got all the cream cheese in. I need to wash my hands. And then we're just going to add in just a touch of salt. And that's going to help bring that flavor out. And that's what you want. So you have cucumber, you have cream cheese, you've got a little bit of onion, and a touch of salt. So we're going to start with about 1/2 teaspoon. And I got something down in there, so I'm trying to get that out. But anyway, so we're going to put the top on it and start to blend. And you will see just how quickly this came together. And once I have it blended, I always let the big guy check the flavor because he usually has a really good tongue for being able to spot what's too much and what's not quite enough. Now, I'm tasting it thinking, I need a little more cucumber. And he tasted it and thought the same thing. So here we go. We're putting in about another 1/2 cucumber or so. We may even add almost all of this cucumber, but we're going to play with it just to make sure we get a good cucumber flavor. You know, this dip is great served if you want some pretty little sandwiches on a table as appetizers. This would be great, or to serve it with crackers or chips. We like potato chips, but you know, with corn chips, it's delicious as well. And because you have the moisture of the cucumber, the texture is very creamy. And so now that I've added a little bit, I'm going to check it out and see, is that it? So let me take some to the big guy and see what he says. So if he gives it a thumbs up, we're ready to go and ready to put this into a container. And I'm gonna divide it into 2 containers. So I've got this nice little yellow bee looking container. You can see that beehive design. Isn't that pretty? And it has a nice secure top. So I'm going to place some of that here so we can have a little decorativeness. I'll probably place it on a platter with some chips around it and just sit that out for us to have before dinner. Now, I'm going to slice off a little bit of cucumber and place it in the middle So voila, there we are, nice and decorative and ready for a beautiful platter.
Really?
Bringing family together is always a blessing. And you know, even when you have the dirty clothes, the laundry, and of course the dirty dishes. But you know what? It doesn't deter inviting family in. So I'm so excited right now. I'm probably really on a high because I absolutely love spending time with family. I hope that all of you have enjoyed today's journey, and that we will take the time to do this more often. God bless you, and I'll see you soon right here at Ebony, Ivy, and Thyme with Leona Dooley.